Welcome everyone to our board meeting tonight. Happy New Year. We're starting a new year and I think everything will be good. It'll be fun, won't it? Tonight we're going to start off with a musical performance by the Roy Jr. Choir. They will perform There Is Faint Music, and it's under the direction of Sam Hyland. Following the performance, Emily Johnson, one of the students, will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Thank you, Emily, and let's give another hand to this Roy Junior High School choir. We'll start off tonight with a few recognitions. We have some state level recognitions and also some district level. Maggie Huddleston, please.
So, President Whittison, Superintendent, Board, this is probably one of my favorite things about being a specialist at the district, is I get to introduce you to the most amazing teachers. This is Alicia Coates, and she's a 6th grade teacher at West Weber Elementary. I nominated her for an award last year. It's called the Air Force Association STEM Teacher of the Year. It was an easy nomination because she's amazing. I was absolutely delighted when I heard that she won the Northern Region for that award. And it was even better that she won the state recognition. And she's the first elementary teacher in the state that has won this particular award. So she now goes on to the national level where she compete against all the other states, and we wish her the best of luck. She's just does some of the fun stuff, and she has an amazing robotics program with Vex Robotics and has lots of teams, and I just want to introduce you to her. Thank you.
Oh, introduce my family. My family pretty much introduces themselves on a regular basis. So my husband is Daniel Coates right here, and he will just introduce himself, you know. And then I have twin boys that are next to him that equally like to take the spotlight, Dominic and Dante, and then my daughter Tyra, and then my bonus son who is engaged to my daughter Xander. So I love them all. They're very supportive. Thanks. They would love to shake your hand. Yes.
Now that I got a moment.
I just got a cool grant that just really came, so I had to like thank Rob for dealing with me all the time. Or Mike, we can take Mike. We'll add him to the picture. Daniel claims that he has double party.
Great job. Great job. Rob Lake, please, go ahead.
President Whittison, Superintendent Butters, and Board. It's my pleasure to introduce Missy Kirby. I'm going to ask her to come on up too as well. When we talk about having amazing people in our district, this is one of them right here. And so I was able to go over to Bonneville earlier this week and just chat with her. I know of Missy, but I've never really talked with Missy.
But I've communicated via email.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
Yes, we have communicated via email, and it's been good. But here's what I do know. So Missy has been at this for 32 years, and sometimes when someone has been at this for 32 years, they're a little tired. And this is not the case. She is a ball of energy, and you can tell she has passion and excitement about what she does and the kids that she works with. And so we are presenting her tonight because she was awarded the 2025-26 UHSAA Music Educator of the Year Award. And so we want to congratulate her for that, but that's not all. While I was talking with her, she found out before the break, she is part of the Utah Music Educator Association, and she was just informed that she was named the Outstanding Music Educator of the Year for that association as well.
Awesome.
And so she's going to be awarded that. She'll be recognized for that award down in St. George in February at the conference that they have down there. And so we want to just introduce Missy and congratulate her for these awards. And she's part of the amazing group that we have here in this district. And so we're going to let her. I'm going to lower the mic and let her introduce her family.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, my sweet family, and we're Weaver District workers. Like, we love Weber School District, minus one exception right there. No, I'm just kidding. My mom, who is a huge support always, Carol May. My son, who just brings joy and light to my life every day. He's the fun of the family, Taylor Kirby. My sweet bonus daughter, who actually gave me that beautiful first grandbaby, Brady. Brady! Well, he's too busy on his phone, just so you know. Anyway, Kaylee, we actually get grandbaby number 2 in May, so a little girl. But Kaylee is actually a first-year teacher at Midland Elementary, 4th grade. She won kind of a rookie teacher award earlier in the year. We love her. My fantastic husband, that's you, who is a really great support. He is also a Weber School District employee. He's a bus driver and rock star bus driver, yes, yes. And he also works the tech at Roy High School, so he's kind of in charge of the auditorium, mics, the lights, all those things. My sweet Emma, who is a first-year choir teacher at Walquist Junior, and she is killing it. She's making things happen. Those kids love her. And the rebel of the group, who actually started at Roy Junior High School as a choir teacher, my sister Marcy, but she went over to Davis and is now at Davis High School. So we'll let her do that. But that's my family. And then I have my awesome principal back there, Rich. Thank you for everything. Our administration at Bonneville, I'm not kidding you, top notch. For the last several years, they are so good and so supportive of the fine arts and the performing arts. So Rich, thank you. Appreciate you so much. Anyway. Thank you. Good to see you. Thank you so much.
The Admiral, right?
I know, but I'm reading kind of the wrong color.
Matt Williams.
You guys are going to get tired of the Rob Lake and Matt Williams show right now, so we apologize. But what a great thing to be a part of. So thank you for allowing us to be a part of this. Could I ask Mr. Martini to come up here, please? Mr. Martini. As he's coming up, I think we should invite the coach to each of our meetings because they kind of, start it, a little bit celebratory and all those things. So Mr. Martini is the principal at Westfield High School. And back on November 20th, the UASSP, which is the Utah Administrator Secondary School Principal Association, they recognized Mike as the high school principal, the Utah High School Principal of the Year. Let's give it up for Mr. Martini. He loves this portion of it, as you can tell, as he's standing right next to me, and he's bigger than I am, so I got to be careful. But it was amazing to have We had this assembly for him. I had nothing to do with it. I just had to get him there late. And his school and Rhonda Bromley, who is the director of the UASSP, came and gave him that award. And what a celebration it was. I need to say this because of the awards that were given tonight and that we have. What great things we have going on in Weber School District. Mr. Martini, the State High School Principal of the Year. Mr. Patterson, the State Middle School Principal of the Year. Lori Brown, the State Secondary Head Administrative Assistant of the Year. Ms. Coates. The list goes on. And we're not making these things up. They're being recognized for the great things we do. So we have great people in Weber School District, and we just want to recognize Mr. Martini, congratulate him. You'll get to hear from him later about the great things that are happening at Westfield. So, Mr. Martini, would you just tell us who's here with you today?
He's the hype guy. That's why we've got him here. No, so I've got my parents, Dean and Kathy Martini, and then my sister Laurie and my beautiful wife Catherine here. And so kids are playing sports and being kids right now. So yeah. So thank you.
Matt, please, again.
Yeah, so with our Weber School District Awards, Superintendent, Board President, and Mr. Mitchell, could I invite Angie Holtree up from South Ogden Junior High? Come up here, Angie. We also have Mr. Patrick Andrus, her principal. If you'd come up too, Patrick, just to be with us. We'll need you in a little bit. But it's my pleasure to introduce to you Angie Holtree, who teaches at South Ogden Junior High. And Rob Lake noticed that right away. He's like, she's in the same dress that they did the video on. So that's great. Angie, we are awarding her with the I Love Teaching Award for the Weber School District for this month. I got to go meet her. I've known her for a while, known of her. We hear about the wonderful things she does, especially around our classes that are co-taught. She's a math teacher, and we hear the magic that she does. In fact, she goes to other schools to help them learn about co-teaching. And she does it because she loves what she does. As I was talking to her just a couple days ago, me and Mr. Andrus, I'll tell you why she is who she is. She said, you know, I really wish there was a team award because I wouldn't be getting this without my team. And Angie, as you'll see in just a second, is a phenomenal math teacher. Her kids love her, the faculty love her, and she does a great job. So let's watch this video and then we'll proceed.
Math personally for me is not my best subject. Miss Holtree makes it exciting to go. She makes it fun. She makes it like happy to go. Like you want to go to math if you have Miss Holtree. I love Miss Holtree because I do. She's one of the best math teachers. She is very amazing. She's so sweet.
The thing that makes Angie special is how much she cares about her kids. She cares about the school as a whole and numbers and test scores and all of those things, but she doesn't ever lose sight of how it boils down to helping an individual student.
She will bend over backwards for her kids. They know they can go to her. She's very knowledgeable in math, and the kids feel really comfortable with her because she's very approachable. She's really friendly. She knows how to explain things well to them, and they are very responsive.
The kids feel very comfortable. They are willing to get up and give examples. Mrs. Holtree makes it a very welcoming environment for them.
She's always looking for a new way to present things, a new way for kids to interact, a new way to engage with math that's going to keep the kids' interest and keep them on track.
She usually splits us into different groups every day, and so we always get to work with new people.
Everything that she's taught, I've learned really well because she's very, very patient with every student, and if you get it wrong, she'll help you.
So Mrs. Holtree loves to make sure that these kids can adapt to math on a daily basis, on a regular, everyday experience.
Probably my favorite thing that she does right now is pancake day with her math classes, where they're studying proportions and ratios. And they cook pancakes. They have to change the recipe to meet more kids for a larger recipe size. And so kind of a fun thing, just tireless work with kids, trying to make math engaging. To help them see how we use math in our daily lives all the time.
One time she taught us a card trick that involves math. It was so cool. Right now we're learning about simple interests. She kind of breaks it down into steps, and we just slowly learn about it. I mean, she's just a really good teacher.
Right now we're doing it like percent change. It's like a formula for percent of change. It was pretty hard for me at first, but after she kind of taught me a little more, she really helped me, and now I understand it a lot better.
Just generally always willing to help out. She's done our cheer for a while, she's done student government. She brings her unique perspective to the different organizations that she's in charge of.
We're a great team here, and she is always available for me. Anytime I have any questions, she's always there, and I can ask her anything. She'll guide me, we share things, we work together really well. She's just a great teacher, and she's a great person.
As a co-teacher with Mrs. Holtree, I want to thank you for all of your support. I want to thank you for all that you have done for me, and that we are able to work closely together, and how much I have learned from you. I cannot thank you enough.
Thank you, Ms. Holtree, for teaching us about math, and you're just a great teacher. Congratulations on the award.
Thank you for teaching me, Miss Holtree. I'm really glad you're winning this award. You deserve it.
Congratulations, Angie. This is a very well-deserved award, and I'm so happy for you because you deserve every bit of it.
Mrs. Holtree, I want to congratulate you for the I Love Teaching Award.
Ange Holtree, congratulations. You've earned this I Love Teaching Award, every bit of it. You are an amazing educator. I'm so happy that I get to work with you.
She said, see, I do have a different dress. So there, it's there. So Superintendent, what a pleasure it is to award Mrs. Holtree with the I Love Teaching Award. Mrs. Holtree, would you take a second and introduce who's here with you today?
It's literally going to take a second because I brought my husband. So, hi Rod, thank you for being here. My kids are great, but they're very busy, and they've given me wonderful grandchild. I'm getting another one soon, but I'm sure they wish they could have been here. But I look around, and so many people in this room I consider friends. I have loved working in this district, so I may only have my husband here from my family, but I consider those of you that I've worked with. Dave's over here nodding his head. He taught me how to be a teacher. I learned from the best. So thank you for this, and I can't believe I'm not crying. I'm going to stop talking now, so I'm going to start.
Back to Rob Lake, please.
Okay. We can't say we saved the best for the last, but we'll say that we saved the best presenter for the last. How about that? Oh, see, he left. Okay. Okay. All right. I get to present the E Plus Team Award, and that you know, when you walk into a door and it just feels good, right? There's places you go and it just feels good. It feels right. And that's the front office of Rocky Mountain Junior High. And I'm going to ask Cindy Campbell, Julie Goches, and Jen Hogard to come on up and stand with me up here, because this is the front office staff that is going to be awarded the E Plus Team Award. They're also represented by Quincy and Ryan, and they're in back. They're administrators. I had the pleasure of working with Cindy and Julie at Rocky Mountain. They had to put up with me probably, but they are amazing. They're so professional. They are so good with kids and adults. They make everyone feel welcome. And then I showed up earlier this week. This is the first time I got to meet Jen, and oh my gosh, she's a ball of just energy. She walked in the office. I said, "Oh yeah, you have to do a dance for the board." And she goes, "Okay, let's go." So she was ready. So I'm not sure if she has one ready or if we're gonna allow her, but this is an amazing team. Quincy wrote a great letter and just detailed how they work together, they collaborate, they cover for one another, and they just get things done. And you'll see here on this video how teachers and kids feel about them. So we'll cue the video, and then we'll let them introduce who's here with them.
Our front office administrative assistants are just amazing people. They're the face of Rocky Mountain Junior High. They're positive. They'll take on any task, they'll volunteer, they work tirelessly.
Julie, Jen, and Cindy are amazing. They are our office team, and they are always willing to do anything to help the teachers, the administration, and the students.
They're kind of like the moms of the school, honestly. With every student, like, they're the first people you see, and I mean, they just set the precedent for the school. Every parent, every athlete, every whoever has to go talk to them first. And I think they just set the bar high.
They help all of us out and they make us better, and they are just so warm and welcoming. And I always tell them all the time that if I was picking teams, I would pick them first because they are all incredible.
They're so compassionate. They're so willing to serve and help anybody in the school, students, faculty, administration, counselors. They put everybody else before themselves. They are truly a we before me office staff.
Our front office staff with Cindy, Jen, and Julie work together seamlessly. It's like they know each other's movements and needs and what the school needs, what the teachers need, and they just fill into those slots effortlessly.
They love the students. They're always there for them. They are willing to stop what they're doing to help everybody at our school.
With coaching, with questions on field trips and all that stuff, there's always the questions for admin, but I feel like any other question about the school or how anything works, I feel I can always find the answer in the front office.
If I have any questions, Cindy, Jen, or Julie will just answer immediately. I am them, run down to the office. They'll stop anything to help you, which is incredible.
Anything that I need to have done, they're always one step ahead of me, and they know what I need, and they help me so much in that way.
We've had some great feedback even from substitutes, just saying that they feel valued and cared for here at Rocky. And again, that's because of those front office ladies. They just make everything work perfectly here at Rocky.
They're always going above and beyond to help everybody. Without them, our school would not function as smoothly as it currently does.
Besides their smiles make you just want to be at work, the other thing is they care about you not only as a work, but also as an individual. So they know your families, they know your names, they know your kids' names. It's just unbelievable what they do to make you feel like you're part of the family.
I just love them so much, and they're such great friends.
Congratulations, guys. This is awesome. You guys totally deserve this.
I want to congratulate Jen and Julie and Cindy because they're phenomenal and they've deserved this award for a very, very long time.
Way to go. Thanks for making Rocky Mountain a great school.
Congratulations, you guys. You deserve it.
We thank you, and from all of Rocky and all of our people in our community, you guys are the best.
Oh, thank you. I'd like to introduce my husband, Brent Campbell. He came tonight. I appreciate him and all of his support.
And I got a crew here, my husband and Andy, my granddaughter is sitting by him, my daughter JC, her husband Kobe, Jackson is in the row front of them, and Joe and Camille, my daughter-in-law, and Vivi and my daughter Jaden. Thanks for being here, guys. And my crew right behind him. Woohoo!
And I have my husband Rob here. Thanks for coming, hon. And yes, I love Rocky. It's amazing. I will go nowhere else. It's so fun. It's so fun.
Okay, we'll move on to our principal spotlight with our awesome principal of the year, Mike Martini, please.
I'm a little nervous. He's sitting right here. I don't know why. I'm going to just stand over this way just a little bit. Board, Superintendent Butters, thank you for this opportunity. As we hear tonight, we have a lot of great things going on in this district and a lot of great schools, a lot of great traditions, a lot of great culture that is here. And so it's a privilege to give just a quick spotlight of what's going on at Westfield at this time. And I just had to tell Mr. Coates there that unfortunately he did not make this slideshow. But I'm impressed that he's staying here. But he does great. So this was a pretty hard assignment for me, to be honest. And mainly reason is because it's so hard to just find one or two things that's great in schools. As I'm sure all principals struggle with that, is because there are so many good things, just to focus on the one thing. But one thing that really stuck out to me, what makes all schools great, is school culture. I want to start with this definition of encompass beliefs and behaviors that are cultivated over time, honored by tradition and validated by the shared experience of educators. I'm guessing this is for me. This work? There we go. Okay. So Westfield High, the vision. What a lot of work this has been, and not just for me or for the staff, but for the board as well. And something that we've come to find. This is a picture, and Larry back there will laugh. This is we got in a little trouble for this when we did this 2 years ago. This is our leadership team. I call them the OGs that were a part of this. And this was about 2 weeks before we were allowed in the building. They weren't too happy we showed up that day. And I'm pretty sure everybody on that team, when they left, were like, oh, okay, what did we just get into? Because the building wasn't quite ready, if you guys remember. But as it says up there, we are not just building a school, we are building a community. And that was a message that struck really hard at the beginning, that it's not about the physical structure of the building, but it is about being a part of the community and investing in the community and what we do. So starting off, you have to have a mission, you have to have a vision, you have to have all those things. Our mission at Westfield is excellence every day, and it's repeated through everything we do, making sure that teacher, students, all of us are living that way. And then our core values that we have are, and I'll repeat this a few times, but honor, excellence, respect, and determination. That's something that we live by, that we teach by, to make sure that everybody knows those core values of what makes us great. And I'll share it here in just in a second, but we have a committee. One of our committees is called the Wellness Committee. And their goal and their plan is to make sure everybody's happy. And it sounds weird to say make sure everybody's happy, but they are to make sure our spirits are high for staff and for all. I have this picture up here to show, this was last month, our Teacher of the Year, or Teacher of the Month. And we had 4 teachers in there. We do this in our faculty meeting, and you can see it have our 4 SBOs. They're a part of that. And what they do is they survey the students, and from surveying the students, they pick 4 teachers each month. With that, they also go and get quotes from students that have these teachers, and that's what those plaques are they're holding up, just to show how much they're loved from our students. And that little part that I have up there, it says that Westfield teachers are mentors and coaches, not just instructors, and we truly believe that. This is a supportive group that I was talking about that we have, and I'm not going to talk on all, but we have 4 groups. This is built from our leadership team, model of instruction, and their job is, in essence, is to make sure there's effective teaching in every classroom. The MTSS team is all about making sure that teachers have the skills and the supports to make sure we're academically and behaviorally sound in what we're doing. We talked about the wellness and their importance, and then mentoring. I'm going to talk mentoring here and just right now and what it is. So mentoring is a little unique, what we do at Westfield, and the success that we have had in this is quite remarkable. So mentoring is what it is it's a time during our flex period where every student is assigned a teacher. It's broken per grade, and they're in those grades for 25 minutes are in with that class and that teacher. The unique thing about it is nobody gets to pick, nobody gets to transfer out or whatnot. It is set that way, and they have that teacher for 3 years, and they help them throughout those 3 years. It's creating that trusted adult. What this is, the data that I have up here for you, is to show you the success just the 1 year that it is created. This is data from the Panorama survey that we give in the fall and the spring. And you can see the column with the skier last year, 24-25, and the percentages that we had. And every single one of those and every single category that we have in the Panorama survey, we increased, which was quite remarkable and quite showing that it is important that we have that trusted adult for all kids in the school. The bottom part, I actually added this. I had a great meeting with Miss Warren today. And she told me some exciting news, so I hopefully it's okay that I shared this. I thought it was pretty impressive that she got the data back about attendance from last year's attendance and how we're doing this year at this time, same time attendance. And Westfield has actually improved over 6% in attendance, which is remarkable, especially at this time. And there's a lot of factors, but honestly, as we've done and we have presentations and knowledge, that it is purely the relationships you build with kids. Kids want to come because they need that connection, which is critical. Next part I want to talk about, and this relays with our MOI, or our model of instruction, is collaboration. Education at Westfield is collaborative, hands down. There's no other option. When everybody was hired on, and it's still holding, from the structure building that we have to everything we do, daily, weekly collaboration is going on within the departments. We have PLC days, what we call them, where I pay for subs. I believe professional needs professional time. And that's what we do, is we donate, or we give that time for those professionals to have once a quarter. They have to collaborate as well. But it's not just teachers that collaborate in this building. It's student leadership. This picture here, so we do a student council once a month. And we do it in the morning. We bring them donuts so they'll show up. And this is an activity that we always do with them. And I love this activity. This is something that helps me find where we're at with the school. But I ask them 3 questions, and we write them on the board. They're in groups, and they share what's going. And the questions that say on there is what's going well, what are things we can improve on, and tell us some solutions and do that. It's pretty interesting if you look through some of that, and they see. They're very observant. One of the things that I laugh at, if you look in that middle column, the very bottom, that says phone policy. They're telling us that we need to improve on our phone policy. And then at the last part of the solution, their solution is enforce the policy. This is high school kids telling us to enforce taking away their phones. It's pretty remarkable, though, in the collaboration that we have. And the last part there that I have is a community council. Same thing. Our community council is very transparent in everything we do, and we had a great meeting yesterday and talk about just things that are going well, things that we can improve on, supports and communication they need. So student life is a huge part of creating that culture that I talked about at the beginning. Connection leads to success. I have just a few pictures up here this year that we have, but I just wanted to share some quick data. We have almost 900 students involved in some type of club or group. And then extracurricular activities, we have over 450 kids that are involved with that. It's pretty remarkable. Right now we have just over 1,500 kids in our school. So that's almost every kid is involved in something, which is awesome. And the last slide before I show you a quick little video that I would say, and you're gonna see, and you've probably seen it at the bottom corner as well, but it's a family. And it's not just a family at Westfield, it's a family of the Cone, it's a family of Mountain View, it's a family of Rocky Mountain, it's a family of the community. Our success is tied to the support of the community. It's pretty remarkable how everywhere you go in the community there's orange now. One of our SBOs, their motto this year is Own the Orange. And truly not just our students have lived that, but our community is doing it as well. Our culture is defined by shared commitment. Staff, students, and community all work together for our kids. Some examples that I have on there is our Herd Week we do at the beginning of the year, as well as our Cone. Our first day at school, we had the secondary schools meet, and we collaborate and get our data and our teaching, what we're teaching, the same, so we have that vertical alignment. And we're doing the same on Friday. So thank you for the PD Day on Friday, where we have a guest speaker that Rocky got us to come in and teach about literacy, and something just amazing that our whole Cone, elementary to secondary, are all gonna learn how to improve our literacy and what we're doing. And so what I'd like to end on, though, is a short little video. On this video, this is truly what culture is at Westfield, and I wanted to show, and you'll notice a few key words. The cool thing about this is I had a student named Lucas, he's in the video. He created this whole thing. I went to him on Monday, so I didn't give him a lot of time, but he created this within 2 days. And so, let's see, good?
My favorite thing about Westfield is the amazing staff and students.
My favorite part about Westfield is their great athletics community and the great school community.
We're gonna go see what other people think is the best part of Westfield.
Let's go.
I think the thing that makes Westfield so great and makes us stand out is the culture that has been established here at this school. I have 2 kids here at Westfield, and They both have always felt so welcome here. They're excited to come to school. They feel like it's a safe place, and they feel like they have somebody that they can always turn to.
I love Westfield because of all the challenges we had opening a new school. It's brought us together as a family.
The teachers, the staff. I think the best way to explain it would be in a mathematical formula. Right here we have superior students, extraordinary teachers, a familial vibe amongst the staff, and the belief that we can all be excellent every day. And together, that gives us an amazing Westfield experience for all.
There's a ton of classes that you could take. Like, I have law enforcement. I got to carry around a shield.
I would say the students, they always are looking up. I can see like everybody says hi to each other in the hall.
I think what makes Westfield a great school is how positive everybody is here at Westfield, the energy that we all bring.
Well, it's a fresh new start, and the teachers are really amazing.
We have such a beautiful building and great facilities.
It's definitely the people.
One thing that's unique about us is that we've all chosen to be here, and so we are a family, like Brandy said.
It's an evolving school. It's been fun to watch the process of it start and to see how the needs of the students and the teachers and the faculty have been addressed as they notice what they are.
For me, it's all about the herd mentality. We exemplify honor, excellence, respect, and determination in everything we do. I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Martini. Good things happening out there. We're going to go into the business portion of our meeting. If those families that come, if you'd like to be excused, we'll give you just a minute to take off, and that way we won't put you to sleep in those chairs that are uncomfortable. At the beginning of the meeting, I failed to recognize that board member Bruce Jardine's not with us tonight, and we excuse him. So, board, you've had a chance to review the items on the consent calendar. I would look for a motion to approve the calendar. Jan, second. Wiley, any questions, discussion on the consent calendar? All in favor of approval, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Moving on, we'll have a presentation by Dr. Beccarini and Jamie Ellis, please.
Hi, Superintendent Butters, President Widdowson, and Board. Thank you, and Mr. Mitchell. Thank you for giving me the space and opportunity to present in collaboration with Jamie Ellis. This is a wrap-up of the special program study review that was conducted really over almost the last year, and the end results being procedures for adding or removing special programs within Weber School District. Just to give the board a quick recap, initially this began as a study regarding DLI programs. We shifted that pretty quickly to obtaining data around DLI programs as well as other programs such as Gifted and Talented, our STEM programs, our Beverly Taylor Sorensen art programs, and obtained community input. We provided academic data and fiscal data both in the June and September board meetings of last year. And the study really kind of concluded with us developing new procedures within Weber School District regarding the addition and removal of special programs that align with existing procedures for the addition or removal of classes. That way there's transparency and multiple voices heard and departments involved in that decision making. And that procedure was completed in November. I'm going to provide a quick survey data recap and a recap of all of the data that was compiled. By no means are the next few slides comprehensive. I would recommend the June 2025 board meeting presentation for deeper data. But starting with the survey, we had 1,641 complete the survey in its entirety. Of that, 28.8 represented DLI schools and DLI students. 26.2% represented DLI schools and non-DLI students, and 45% represented non-DLI schools and non-DLI students. Just recapping on some of the on the common questions, because depending on how individuals answered, the survey was coded to direct people to the appropriate questions. But the common questions for all groups are listed here on the next slide. So WSD should continue to implement DLI in its current capacity. You can see at non-DLI schools, 48% strongly agree or agree. DLI and non-DLI student, 35% agree, strongly agree, and DLI school and DLI student, 83% strongly agree or agree. WSD should consider expanding DLI to include other schools. Non-DLI schools, 77% strongly agree or agree. DLI and non-DLI student, 50% strongly agree or agree. And DLI school and DLI student, also 77% strongly agreed or agreed. WSD should consider focusing on one DLI language in multiple schools. Non-DLI school respondents stated 53% strongly agree or agree. DLI school, non-DLI student 41%, and DLI school and DLI student 50%. WSD should not offer DLI. Non-DLI schools only 9% strongly agreed or agreed. DLI school, non-DLI 27%, and DLI student was 5%. Preferred special programs. So for those who are in non-DLI schools, you can see that STEM was the most preferred with 483 votes, DLI coming in after that at 454. It's important to note they could multi-select as well, so they could select 1, 2, 3, or 4 of the preferred program, and it was not rank ordered. For DLI school and non-DLI students, coming in at top is STEM with BTSA, Beverly Taylor Sorensen Art in second, and then DLI school and DLI student. DLI came in top with 371 and STEM second. So any of the respondents that stated DLI were directed to a question on preferred DLI language. So those in non-DLI schools, 25 respondents identified Chinese as the preferred language, 429 identified Spanish. For DLI schools and non-DLI students, 21 selected Chinese, 139 Spanish, and for the DLI school and DLI student, 109 selected Chinese and 262 selected Spanish. So looking at summative DLI academic data, and the summative assessment for DLI is the AP assessment that's taken in 9th grade. So I put together 3-year average AP pass rates. So you can see with Chinese, we're at 39.3%, Utah's at 52.8%, Global's 88.3%, and I really should have put an asterisk next to that because AP classes can be accessed globally. And you can see even in Spanish, they're sitting at 82.8. So native speakers in those countries can take those AP courses, and that skews the data across all languages. Within Spanish, WSD is at 64.8% pass rate over the last 3 years, with Utah sitting at 73.7. As far as average enrollments, there's more detailed on data on this from the previous presentations, but I focused here on a 3-year average for first grade and a 3-year average for 7th grade. And with this 7th grade, you'll also see an attrition rate, meaning the percent of students who started in that program in first grade and are no longer in that program by 7th grade. So the first grade enrollment at Bates has a 3-year average of 35, with 28 in this past fall for this school year. UN is sitting at 47, with 53 students this past fall. Majestic for Spanish is at 54, with 53 this last fall, and Freedom's at 54 with 52 for this last fall. The 3-year average for 7th grade enrollment, along with the attrition rate, we're looking North Ogden Junior is at 36 students enrolled with an attrition rate of 32%. South Ogden Junior is 30 students enrolled with an attrition rate of 46%. For Spanish, Roy Junior, it has an average enrollment of 33 with an attrition rate of 43%, and Orion's at 47 with an attrition rate of 29%.
Hey, Brian, when you
Yes.
mean attrition, sorry, I'm not good at that. That means that's how many kids are moving on?
Out of the program.
Out
So
of the
out of
program.
that, looking at
So
their
from
first grade numbers
Okay.
down to their 7th grade numbers, it's that attrition.
So
it's the percent of
32%
students
at
not.
North have left the
Yes.
program. Okay,
Yes.
that was my first question. My second question is, ideally, we have room in all, like, if you were to apply for these programs, in theory, you could have up to 60 per first grade.
So state recommendation is that first grade is 60.
Okay, that was my question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Fiscal data. So typical visa cost is around $7,000 per teacher, which includes immigration, attorney, legal consultation fees. There is no funding source provided to LEAs to cover these costs. New H-1B costs are in limbo due to potential federal regulations. Again, I don't know where that's going to potentially land. As far as current visa holding educators in DLI, Chinese has 3, Spanish has 1. And the elementary FTE impact, I worked with Brock on this with the same average cost for a teacher, including benefits. And so the FTE costs are approximately $1,640 more than a traditional teacher costs due to smaller class sizes. There's a 1:19 ratio on the DLI side with a 1:25 ratio on the traditional side. Spanish FTE costs are approximately $417 more than a traditional teacher cost due to smaller class sizes, with average class sizes on the Spanish DLI at 1:24 versus a 1:26 ratio on the traditional. So, new procedures developed in collaboration with several district departments to determine what factors would be considered when adding or removing a special program. These factors for consideration that are listed are not in any order of priority, but they include enrollment, funding, licensure, feeder schools, graduation requirements, and college requirements. The procedure, so adding or removing any special program, any department wanting to add or remove a special program must present to the credit committee that is housed in student services. The presentation should include relevant data around multiple indicators listed in the factors for consideration from the previous slide, as well as discussing the intended or unintended consequences. The committee will then make a recommendation based on these data points, and subject to state code, the board may take part in the final approval process. The timeline requirements for adding or removing programs not listed in 53 TAC 4, TAC 402, 24.1 is at the discretion of district leadership with board input, and the removal or relocation of programs listed in 53G 4, 402, 24.1 must follow the timeline for either a boundary change or school closure, and that would include board approval. The 2 special programs that were added this last legislative session were DLI and Gifted and Talented. And with that, I'll turn it over to you, Superintendent.
Yeah, board, while Jamie's getting ready to present her piece, I just wanted to inform you, number one, we have needed for a long time in Weber School District a process for looking at programming. So I'm really thrilled the work that's been done. I want to shout out everybody that's been involved because we needed a process that we could follow that was consistent and equitable. And of course, we are going to add some data, some forecasting data to that as we go forward and select a vendor here in the next little bit around that will help inform this process moving forward. The other thing I wanted to inform you about is that DLI used to be kind of couched, not kind of, it was couched under curriculum and instruction department, but we also had a myriad of other departments supporting DLI. What we've decided to do through this study is we've seen the need to kind of have somebody own it solely so that we can provide more intensive support to teachers, the communication can be consistent, those types of things. And so we have chosen to move DLI formally under student access and opportunity. We have personnel in that particular department that has a lot of expertise around world languages, around programming, around looking at different programs. And Jamie, I'm going to embarrass her, but Jamie's expertise in the past, some of her past lives, she has actually implemented programs in some of her other situations. So what we're doing by moving it under student access is providing more intensive support to the teachers involved in the DLI program.
Sorry, before you start, Jamie, is Heather Nielsen here? I know we talked about how many teachers were overstaffed in some of those, and I know you won't have this off the top of your head, but I remember you said Bates was overstaffed by like. Yeah, I would just love to know those 4 schools,
Sure.
And how many FTEs were overstaffed because of DLI.
Yeah, if you can give me just a second, I can get that pulled up.
You don't have it memorized. I'm really sad.
Well, I know. I don't want to speak, and
if you can't find it offhand, you can always email me later.
yeah, I definitely can. It's just pulling it up here. So the most current numbers that I have at Bates, we're overstaffed by 3.08 FTE. Freedom, we're understaffed by 0.49 currently. Majestic, we're overstaffed by 1.56, and then Uinta, we are overstaffed by 3.69. So 3 out of 4 were overstaffed.
Thank you.
Yes. Oh, yeah, definitely. So we staff a kindergarten through 3rd grade classroom at 1 to 23 students. And so cumulatively, we're overstaffed 3 to 5 teachers, depending on that number. Does that make sense? And then 4th, we staff at 1 to 27. And then 5th and 6th, we staff 1 to 28. And so because with DLI, we start, so we try to hit, like Brian said, the 60, but we don't add to those DLI classes. And so as traditional students are moving in, we can't spread them out through all sections. We have to put those students in a different section, right, that's non-DLI. And once we hit a certain threshold, we have to add another teacher, which results in being overstaffed.
Jan, talk yep. Nope.
Are other schools equally overstaffed?
No.
Thank you.
Nope.
Thank you, Gina, for that introduction. And board, I'm happy to be here in this capacity. I'm going to cover the recommendations for the program. As a result of the initial study, Dr. Beccarini and we followed that new protocol. We went to the credit committee on December 3rd with the following recommendations. We would like to cap 1st grade enrollment at Bates to 30 for the fall of 2026 for the reasons that Director Nielsen just talked about. The rationale is there is a need for DLI and non-DLI classes to be more balanced. The second request that we made to the committee is that we would have the board consider a program closure / boundary change study related to Chinese DLI programs in the near future due to state funding costs with curriculum, costs of visas, decreasing enrollment, and lower language academic outcomes. The rationale for that, public input from this initial study supports that DLI focus on one language.
Hey, Jamie.
Uh-huh.
I know I've already had a discussion about this, but can you explain to everybody what that means when you're talking about capping it at 30 and how that will affect the class size?
Yeah, so the cap, we can go up to 60, and historically at Bates, we have not been hitting that mark. And so I think about it as a secondary person, because that's where I was. We think about it in sections. So what we're going to do is cut that from 2 sections to 1 section, and that will help alleviate the FTE overage.
So for example, next year, if Bates continues with Chinese and you have up to 30 students in first grade, and we know that there's currently 28 in first grade, so let's say
yes,
that stays at 28 for next year, which it may go down. It usually won't increase though, right? Especially in Chinese.
Yeah.
So that means we could keep one teacher for first grade and second grade because that teacher would flip-flop.
Correct. So it would be first grade like in the morning, second grade in the afternoon, and then it would flip with
As
that
opposed
English.
to having one teacher just for first grade with 14 students in each class. Okay.
Yes, because right now, currently, there's 2 sections with 14 kids, and now we would have 1 section of 30, which is what it should be, kind of when that 60 is occurring. So next steps, we're going to move forward with the enrollment cap, like we're talking about, for 30. That doesn't require any board action, but we would like the board to consider a DLI closure boundary study with that larger forecasting study that the superintendent was talking about. We feel that that forecasting data will help inform the parameters of what that looks like. By doing this, the 26-27 school year, the Chinese program would remain, right? And the real only change would be that 30 cap. So.
One other question. At Bates, do we have any other grades that are going to be so low in the next few years to combine?
I don't know about the next few years.
Okay.
Because like they
Or
were
the
saying,
next school year, like
it depends on if parents
if we drop.
leave the program.
But that could be like, let's say the 3rd and 4th grade drops significantly, then you could look at combining that as well.
Yeah. This is our DLI leadership team. So I have Melanie Malin. She's going to be the DLI facilitator. Both of my team leads are teacher leaders, particular to DLI. Plus, they've been Teacher of the Year. So we've got great expertise, as the superintendent was mentioning. They know it very well, and we're excited to have this be a part of our department. So. Are there any questions?
Board, I was just going to add one quick thing. You know, we know, having gone through the school closure process with the Lowman View community recently, we learned a lot through that, and we know that our birth rate trends right now, our enrollment trends are declining. There's a myriad of factors for that, but we also need a lot more data to inform this decision from our perspective around housing development and things like that, and so that's the reason why we'd like to just at this point cap things and gather that data so that we can make the most informed decision moving forward around whether or not you advise to open a study on DLI Chinese. So we're hopeful to get that data collected as quickly as we can. Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Jamie. Dr. Beccarini, thank you. That's good information. We'll look forward to some more good information in the future as things roll forward. We'll move on to our public comment portion of our meeting. As a reminder, each speaker will have up to 3 minutes as we call them up, 3 minutes to share their thoughts. When it's your turn, please begin by stating your name, the school that your children attend, your city of residence, and the topic you'd like to speak on. And please keep in mind that the purpose of this time is for public comment to be provided to the board, and so it's not going to be an engagement session. We will just listen and then follow up as we need to on that. So let's begin with Camilla Harper, please. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Camilla Harper. My children attend Uinta Elementary School, and I'm a huge fan of the DLI Chinese program, and I just wanted to share my thoughts about it. I'm worried that you're going to take it away. The Chinese immersion program is the main reason why I send my kids to public school in Weber County. It's so important for me that my kids learn another language, learn about a different culture. I think Chinese is advantageous for us, especially in the future. I hope that more people speak Chinese so that we can hopefully build bridges with the Chinese culture and the country in the future. For the students who feel left out, who aren't a part of the DLI program, I wanted to express my feelings about can we think of other solutions to help them feel more included than getting rid of this program. For example, I had the idea, it's just an idea, but maybe we combine the Bates and Uinta Chinese program in one school and then have an English school for the other one. That's just an idea. And then, or just create ways to express and celebrate all the students who are learning English or Chinese. I want everyone to feel included and not left out, but the Chinese program is very important to me. Also, for those of us who have multiple children, I have 4, almost 5, and I have 2 in the Chinese program right now. 1 will be in it next year, but if we end it soon, then my 4th won't be in it and my 5th won't be in it either. And so that would be really sad for me. And then these decisions, I feel like, I don't think I actually took that survey. I don't even know, I wasn't aware of it. So I just really hope that these kinds of decisions can be more transparent and that I can be more aware of it, because it's so important to me. And I know that a lot of parents in my community really care about this program and weren't aware that we're considering getting rid of it. And so I just want a little more transparency as a parent in my community. And also, I have so many neighbors, like teenagers, that have just recently graduated in this program, fluently speaking Chinese with an associate's degree in college, and they've gone on to serve missions in a Chinese-speaking language. And I just think it's such a cool, neat opportunity. And I love Spanish. I speak Spanish. I would love my kids to speak Spanish. But I think Chinese is advantageous for our children. I think it gives them a better, it gives them more opportunities in their careers in the future. I think it's very important. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go with Dustin Harper and then Julia Stevens, please.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dustin. I apologize ahead of time. I had some well-organized thoughts, and then the last presentation left me with more questions than it answered, and so now my thoughts are very confused. I apologize ahead of time. So, first point, I'm actually very glad that we're taking the time to review stuff like this. I wish more levels of government spent more time reviewing stuff that they're doing instead of just leaving it. So, good job on that. However, I'm really concerned that we're measuring the wrong things when we're talking about dual language immersion. I'm assuming that these people who gave these presentations are the right people to talk to about specific data questions, right? Okay, great. I'll find them after the meeting. First of all, some of the questions that I have here are, how exactly are we measuring this stuff? If we take the example of lower academic performance, the AP test seems like a very overgeneralized way to say, oh, our kids are doing worse, right? I failed the AP English test, and I speak English just fine. I also failed the AP Calculus test, and now I'm an engineer, right? It seems like it's maybe a little oversimplified, okay? Next, if earlier in the presentation, it looks like the difference for a DLI teacher is about $1,600 for the full-time employment, right? Is that about right? Based on that, I can guarantee that there are parents just at Uinta that will happily pay pay that $1,600 so that their kids can continue in the Chinese program. It seems like pennies when we're comparing, when we're thinking about, after the public comment here, a $5.5 million remodel of a warehouse, right? $1,600 per teacher just seems tiny. The last one is this public input, the data that was being presented earlier. I was left kind of confused. I did not see the connection between the survey results and the suggestions at the end. There were some differences with, like, okay, some people like Spanish more than Chinese. Okay, fine. More people speak Spanish already. Spanish is a bigger program already. Was that actually a good representative sample of people in the district? Okay. This last point about overstaffing ratios, I don't think I understand exactly what that meant, but based on my understanding, it seems like a measurement problem and not a staffing problem. If we're talking about ratios of teachers to students, then it's, again, an oversimplified way to consider this. Finally, I guess my main recommendation and my main question is, let's make sure in the upcoming year that we're actually studying the right things and coming to the right conclusions, and we're involving the parents who are going to be part of it. Thank you.
Julia Stevens, and then Tanil Abs. Yeah.
Well, thank you for letting me speak. I just wanted to address some concerns as well. I do have children in the dual language immersion program, but I also have a large family at Uinta Elementary School is where my children go, and South Ogden Junior High. I have a large family that all went to Uinta, about 15 grandkids. My 3 kids are included in there, and some took that dual immersion program, some did not, some went in there and then left that program. So I've seen in different areas and also different things that these children have done with the language. And I feel like that language is such a good asset and such a good thing for our community for the Chinese program specifically, not necessarily just the language program, because Spanish has its own unique benefits, but I think Chinese has its also unique benefits within our community with having that language and bringing the new industries coming to Utah and we're seeing change in Utah. I think this would benefit our state to have children who do speak an international language that's more challenging. And this challenging language is also maybe how we see a drop in the enrollment later on. I like it today to hear that there was additional support and that need for support for these teachers, because from what I've seen, there is a problem with teaching toward the test, right, the AP exam, and making sure they understand how to take that exam and what they need to know for that exam rather than just learning the language. So I think that has been difficult that I've seen, and to have additional support for our teachers later on, junior high, high school, is really important. And when we moved to Utah about 8 years ago, this was a huge pull in bringing us into Ogden and staying here in this state and in this community, in Ogden specifically for this language program, because we find it to be such an asset to our children. And we see that as we travel, not just across states, but internationally with our children who can speak this unique language. And people find it so interesting to have these little 10-year-olds, who can speak fluently and have a conversation with someone in Chinese. So I just would hate to have this program go away. And I also would reiterate that our parents, when we put our children in this program, they say how great this is going to help your kids later on. They have all these other studies. And then as our kids are in the program, we're told, well, maybe the Chinese program is going to go away. Maybe it's not going to be here. So we're all in limbo for years, not knowing, is this language program going to go away? Should I have my other younger children enroll? Should I look at other programs across different states? What should I do? So I think informing the parents and the public in terms of what is going to happen with this program and making sure that there's proper input given, and so that parents can speak out as well, and specifically to the Chinese program, because I understand that it's a smaller program, and maybe I'm not sure what the study showed, but
Thank you. Tennille Beglin and then Shelley Hall. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I didn't plan to do this, but I feel like I need to advocate for my, I don't want to hold this. Perfect. So my name's Tennille Beglin. I have 2 students at Bates Elementary, and I'd like to address a growing concern about how students are being divided and supported at Bates. Right now, it's clear that Weber School District is prioritizing the needs of a smaller group of students in the DLI classes, while the majority of students in the traditional classes are being left with overcrowded classrooms and fewer resources. In my son's grade, he's in 4th grade, traditional classes have more than 30 students, while the DLI classes are often in their teens or low 20s. That imbalance is significant, especially considering the immersion program represents less than 1/3 of the student body. When my son was in kindergarten, I attended an informational meeting where the school's own data showed that the immersion program was not meeting its intended academic goals. Students were struggling to pass proficiency assessments by the end of the program. Families were also told at that time that the immersion program was not recommended for students with learning or behavioral challenges. We were also reassured that having the DLI program at the school would reduce class sizes in the traditional track. That promise has not been fulfilled. Instead, traditional classes are overcrowded, leaving teachers overwhelmed and students, especially those who need more individualized support, at a disadvantage. This isn't just a logistical issue, it's an equity issue. When one group of students consistently benefit from smaller class sizes while the majority are packed into larger ones, that is not equal learning environments. Weber School District and Bates Elementary have an obligation to provide fair and balanced education for all of their students, not just a select group. The current structure is not equitable, and it's time for the school and district leadership to acknowledge this imbalance and take concrete steps to fix it. Every child deserves access to the same quality of education, and that starts with balanced class sizes and fair resources allocated across all programs. That's all I have. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let's go with Shelley Hall and then Quincy Bischoff.
Good evening, board members. I'm Shelley Hall, and I have kids at Bates Elementary. I'm here tonight as a former 2nd grade teacher, and more importantly, a mother of 4 and 3 whom attend Bates Elementary. My 3 children have each had different experiences with the Chinese dual immersion program at Bates, which I believe gives me a broad and meaningful perspective. My first child has been enrolled for 6 years and is currently one of 18 students in the immersion program. I have chosen not to move him to a traditional classroom because I don't want him to get lost in the much larger classrooms. My second child was in the immersion program for about 3/4 of the year and then transitioned to a traditional classroom. She is now one of approximately 28 students. My third child chose not to participate in the immersion program. She is one of approximately 25 students. As students progress through the school, traditional class sizes continue to grow as families leave the immersion program and new families move into the area. Tonight, my main point I want to emphasize is this. I asked for equality classroom sizes for every child. Regardless of which program they are in, each child deserves the same opportunity to learn, grow, and succeed. As a former teacher, I know it is critical class sizes. When classrooms become too large, it becomes impossible for a teacher to give students the individual attention they need. This affects academic achievements, student confidence, behavior, and long-term success. At back to school night, my second daughter, I saw her cousin's name next to her desk. I got excited for just a second until I remembered her family had chosen to enroll him in a private school. I personally cannot afford private school as I cannot transfer my children to another public school outside of our boundaries because those schools are considered full. My only option is to advocate for my children here tonight. I have been brought to tears many times because I have felt that my school is unable to provide my children the same opportunities that others can access elsewhere. For me, the root of this issue comes back to class sizes. And class sizes at our school is directly impacted by how the immersion program is structured and balanced within the building. I am not speaking against the immersion program. I am here to advocate that we ensure fairness, balance, and equality for our students. Every classroom, teacher, and every child deserves the support necessary to succeed. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. After Quincy, we'll have Lauren Dahlpass, please.
Hello, my name is Quincy Bischoff. My children attend Bates Elementary. I am a former first grade teacher turned stay-at-home mom. I am very invested in education, and I am here today because while I am not completely against the Chinese immersion program, the way it is set up right now is not working. I have 2 children who attend Bates Elementary and 2 more to attend in the coming years. At the beginning of this year, a 5th grade teacher at Bates Elementary started with the daunting task of managing a classroom of 35 students. While down the hall, another teacher teaching Chinese immersion had the teacher's dream of only having 18 students. That to me is insane. Had the parents and community of Bates not reached out to the district, that teacher would still be met each day with teaching those 35 students. I sent multiple emails to the district to get an additional 5th grade teacher and don't even have a child old enough to be in 5th grade. The fact that the district was going to allow a teacher to student ratio of 1 to 35 because of the Chinese immersion and the numbers showing we had sufficient teaching staff while 2 of those teachers are tied up in the Chinese immersion with a small portion of students is ridiculous. As a former teacher, I know the stress of teaching a group of students and making sure all of their needs are met, and I had nowhere near 35 students. Having moved into North Ogden area just 5 years ago, the Chinese immersion program has shown me nothing but complication for teachers as a whole in the traditional classrooms to juggle to do what they can to make learning fair, not to mention the division among the parents and students in the Chinese immersion toward the traditional classrooms and students. While the Chinese immersion enrollment starting in 1st grade has been so low, it does not give equal or fair class sizes and only causes issues as years go on. As students drop out the Chinese program, and it causes traditional classes to increase year by year, especially by 4th to 6th grade. Not to mention if someone moves into the community, they don't have an option and get yet again added to the traditional classes. They are dealing with 30 plus in each class, while most of the Chinese classes have maybe 15 to 18 kids. I'm here to advocate for change to allow better classroom conditions for those in traditional classrooms. I have brainstormed multiple solutions. One I will briefly share. A DLI school where parents drive their child to the school where all students from Uinta and Bates who are in the Chinese immersion program attend. I do not believe that the current situation is working for students and teachers and providing a healthy, unified atmosphere for all students. In the current setting, teacher-to-student ratios favor Chinese immersion students, while those taking a traditional route suffer with teachers spread far too thin. Classroom sizes should be equal no matter what the route a family chooses, especially since we are paying the same tax dollars as someone in the DLI program. Thank you for your time, and hope together we can, with the community, we can provide a better solution to give all of our children a more balanced classroom situation. I would love to brainstorm more solutions to this problem further in the upcoming weeks.
Thank you. Lauren and then Brissa Christensen, please.
My name is Lauren Dalpass. I live in North Ogden, and my kids attend Bates Elementary and North Ogden Junior High. I am concerned about equity within the dual immersion program. When parents choose to move their child from the immersion program between 1st and 6th grade, they move from smaller immersion classes into already overcrowded traditional classrooms. By 6th grade, immersion class sizes are extremely small, creating an imbalanced in student to teacher ratio. New students entering after 1st grade have no access to dual immersion and are placed solely in traditional classes, further increasing class sizes. I am also concerned about the social impact, as this structure fosters an us versus them dynamic among students. Finally, boundary exceptions should be limited to truly unique circumstances, as dual immersion impacts both boundary and out-of-boundary schools. I personally know people who have gotten boundary exceptions just to avoid attending an immersion school. I am not against immersion programs. I just wish we could find a way that didn't create division and large traditional classes. Thank you for hearing me out, and thank you for your service on the board.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Brissa Christensen, and my children were former students of Uinta. We now attend Highmark Charter School. My oldest daughter was in the Chinese immersion program, and she loved it. We went to the Chinese New Year celebration last year that the school put on. We had a big performance at Bonneville High School, and everyone was waxing poetic, ranting about how great the program had changed their lives. And then my 3 students in traditional track looked at me and said, Are they going to do something for us too? Do we get anything? When we first moved into our home, I was told by multiple people to never put my kids in traditional. Oh, I'm sorry. I cry because I care. Never put my kids in traditional because that's where all the behavioral and problem kids are. The parents who don't do Chinese don't care. Parents are making this decision for their first graders based off of the input they have from other parents and the fear that their kids are going to be stuck with bad apples. I have 3 bad apples, and they're wonderful. We chose not to put our sons in because one struggled reading English, and I did not want to throw Chinese in the mix at first grade when reading English was hard. My other son has level 1 autism and ADHD, and still learning how to go to school in kindergarten, but then switching to a class where you have to flip-flop between languages, teachers, and systems was going to be difficult, so we chose a different route. But the difference in class size was ridiculous. We chose to pull our children out of Weber School District because of this. I was worried about my boys falling through the cracks in classrooms of 35 children because they're good. They don't cause a lot of problems. They're not geniuses. They're fine. And the kids who are fine are the kids who get lost. I didn't want my kids to get lost. My daughter, who was in the dual language program, would cry because she would learn science in Chinese and have to take the test in English. They didn't know the right words, and she would be stressed. I care about my kids not falling through the cracks. Being told that parents whose kids aren't in Chinese don't care isn't okay. There is a division. The children feel it. They can't play with each other at recess because it's, oh no, they're in Chinese, I don't talk to them. Oh, they're in English. The English kids are so bad. It's not how you unite a school. Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes those who have signed up for public comment tonight. We appreciate everybody coming in and sharing your feelings with us, and as we dig into this a little bit more. So thank you very much. We'll continue now with our meeting with some action items. Brock Mitchell, please.
Thank you. Board, each January we have to set our board meeting calendar for the next year. And this was presented in the memo form. But just as a reminder, our meetings are the first Wednesday of each month at 6 p.m. with a few exceptions. I'm going to review those exceptions really quickly. So the first is April 8th, which we'll have our meeting on the second Wednesday because the first Wednesday is spring break. The second being June 10th, which is the second Wednesday. This gives the business department an extra week to prepare our annual budget. And so that will be our budget meeting on June 10th. And then finally, we do not have a board meeting in July. So with approval tonight, this will set the calendar. If any of these have to be moved, there are a few steps we need to go through, but we can move them. But I present these for approval tonight.
Okay, thank you. Board, it's recommended that we approve the board meeting dates for 2026 and January 2027, as outlined by Mr. Mitchell. I need a motion to approve. Doug and Janice, any discussion or questions? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay, the second item I have tonight is to ask the board to consider approval of adjusting our plan of finance for the 2021 general obligation bond, which was approved by the voters back in 2021, to add the warehouse remodel to this. The warehouse remodel was presented by Mr. Hadley a few months back. That project is already underway. The plan had been to use state capital funds to complete that. All projects in the 2021 general obligation bond have been completed, which included Westfield High School, Mountain View Junior High, and Haven Bay Elementary. And there is approximately $5.4 million remaining in those bond proceeds. To avoid arbitrage payments, we have to spend those down because they were approved by the voters. So this proposal has been reviewed by our bond council. It meets all state code requirements to add new projects to an existing bond. Under Utah law, any change to a plan of finance has to add one project per meeting. And so this is the first of 2 potential projects that are going to be added into that bond. That would then take that state capital funds, which we had already planned on, and actually bring that back into the district's capital account. And the bond project, or sorry, the warehouse project is approximately $3.8 million. Again, that had been previously approved by the board and is already underway. This will be added to the website, which is part of the state requirements that shows the bond progress plan, and everything with regards to the state will be met to make sure we're in compliance. So that recommendation is to approve the adjustment of the plan of finance and formally add the warehouse remodel as priority 1 within the revised bond plan.
So since this is my first bond, and I wasn't here during the original bond, so any district that has extra bond money has to approve something, otherwise it just sits there? Or how does that work?
So each bond has a certain time limit it has to be spent by. There's a 2-year, and there's quarter mark benchmarks. And if you miss those spend down limits at any point, you actually have to pay what's called arbitrage, which is earnings on the interest. And so we have to continue to spend those down. And this is different for a lease revenue versus a general obligation. This is a general obligation. So we have to spend this down because it was approved by the voters for a certain amount. And that's why we are adding these projects.
Thank you, Brock. Board, we've been asked to approve the outlined plan of adjustment of finance for the remaining 2021 general obligation bond proceeds. I'd entertain a motion for that approval. Is second? Jan, any further questions or comments? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. You're just Johnny on the spot, aren't you? Mr. Hokanson, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, hopefully that's okay. Sorry.
That's great.
I was going
Awesome.
to say, Pam, you can put the timer back up. That'd be just fine. Okay. Board President Whittison, board members, Superintendent Butters, and Mr. Mitchell, of course. I'm here to present to you today the final audited financial statements for Weber School District and the audit results. You should each have a booklet in front of you. I believe those were passed out, so those are yours to reference and review. And so let me just kind of go over some of these results. So the book that you have been given contains the final financial information for the district for fiscal year 25. As you know, each year this information is subject to audit by a third party, and this year Squire, an independent CPA firm, performed the audits for us. I'm happy to report to you this evening that the results of the audit work that they have performed is positive for the district. Pages 3 through 5 of your reports, and you don't need to turn there, but they contain the audit report from Squire. Their report explains that the district has received an unmodified or clean opinion for our financials for FY25. This means that our financial report presents fairly, in all material respects, the financial position of Weber School District. So in layman's terms, that's the best opinion that the auditors can provide. It's the best grade they can give us, essentially. In addition to the financial statement audit, the auditors also performed audit steps in regards to the federal funding that we receive. Those audit steps are outlined by the federal government, and we also were able to receive an unmodified or clean opinion in our administration of federal funds. In addition to those two audits, there's a third audit that they do related to state compliance. The requirements for the state compliance audit are set forth by the state auditor's office. They include, there's some requirements for all local government organizations and some that are unique and specific to school districts and public education. And the wording on that is that the Weber School District has complied in all material respects with state compliance requirements So this is also considered a clean opinion from the auditors. So in summary, 3 audits, all with clean opinions given by the auditors, independent third party. And so kind of in conclusion, I'd just like to thank you, board, for your support and your leadership. Superintendent Butters, Mr. Mitchell, appreciate your leadership and your support for this. I'd also be lacking if I didn't offer my thanks to the entire business department. The entire team there, including accounting and purchasing, have been great. And really, every individual, every employee, every person in our district does have some impact on us, achieving successful results of these audits. And so just thanks to everyone. Also like to offer a special thanks to Squire, the audit firm that worked with us. They definitely were great partners through this process, and so we appreciate them. So are there any questions from the board?
My only question is, where can the public view this?
Oh, great question. Yes, and I failed to mention that. I put it in my notes. This is on our website. It has also been filed with all of the required agencies, including the state auditor's office. So the state auditor's office has it. But the easiest way to access it would just be via the Weber School District website. And if you go to, I believe it's the support tab and the business department, it's under financial reports. And yeah, feel free to contact, and our contact information is on there too.
And
Wonderful.
Board, if I can just, Ben's pretty humble in what he says. As a reminder, he started with us in April with no historical knowledge of how the audit worked, and he dove right in, and he spent a lot of long nights just trying to figure it out, and he worked very closely with Squire, so I appreciate all his hard work. He really made this happen, so big thanks to Ben.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. We appreciate it. Well done. Thank you. And that's the kind of report we want from the auditors. So, board, I'd look for a motion to approve the independent audit report. Doug, a second. Janice, any further questions or comments? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Heidi Elder, please.
Good evening, board. We will, I guess, wrap up with just a couple of policies that are, we would like to present to the board for adoption on second reading. The first policy is policy 8650, research project and proposal. We didn't receive any comments. We made no changes to the policy since the last reading in December, and so we would submit this policy to the board for adoption on second reading.
Okay, thank you. I'd ask for a motion to approve the recommended, I'd ask for a motion to approve the new policy 8650, research and proposal on a second reading, please. Jan and Wiley, any comments? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Thank you.
The second policy is also a new policy, a revised policy, policy 8700, about animals in schools. We made a couple of minor changes to make clear who the policy applied to, and that includes not only employees and students, but also visitors and community members when it comes to bringing animals to school. Other than that, there were no significant changes, and we would submit policy 8700 to the board for adoption on second reading.
Okay, thank you. Board, it's recommended that we approve revised policy 8700, animals in schools, on a second reading. Can I get a Janice, a second? Jan, any questions? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Heidi. Appreciate it. That concludes our board meeting tonight. I'd look for a motion. Doug, second by Wiley. Thanks, everyone. We appreciate your attendance tonight. Thanks for coming, and drive home safely.